In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve for an unknown value when we have a uniform distribution and we want to solve for one of the missing x values when we're given a probability. And we're going to use Excel's goal-seek to do it. Okay, so let's have a look. Problem setup. Your commute times follow a uniform distribution and are between 30 and 55 minutes. Question: 30% of the time it takes you less than how many minutes to do your commute? Or in this example, it's actually continuing from a previous example, we're trying to get to campus, to a university campus. Okay, so a couple things to input here. So A is our minimum possible travel time. That is going to be 30, as stated above. B is going to be 55, again, as stated above. Those are your upper and lower limits. Now, we want the probability of taking less than a certain amount. So if we want the probability of less than a certain amount, we're going to start at 30, and then we're looking for that upper limit, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to pause and add a little diagram here too. Okay, so we can picture here we have 30% of the time that we're below a certain amount and we don't know what that amount is. So you can picture here your lowest limit must be 30. That's also the same as x1. And then x2 is what we're actually looking for. So that's this value that we're hoping to get. So that's really x2. So we're just going to call that big X for now when we solve for it. That's basically this value that we're looking for. You can put any symbol in here you want, truly. You could just do a question mark here as well and just call this question mark. Although generally when we're writing something out, our unknowns, we tend to call them X's. Okay, and we know the probability, and that's that 30%. We want 30% less than this amount. So now let's go try this out in goal-seek. And forgive me, there's actually one more piece. We want this to be 30%. I almost forgot. We actually need to go put in a formula for this. And then in goal-seek, we will specify we want this to be 30%. Our formula will be this guy right here. So we're going to do the following. Equals bracket x2 minus x1. So this guy minus this guy. I'm just going to pause for a sec too and do the following. I'm going to pull out the question mark. It won't like that. Let's just eliminate that. We can put anything we want in here or just leave it blank. Okay, so this number minus this one, close your bracket, divided by bracket b minus a. Okay, so B12 here minus B11, close the bracket, divided by B10 minus B9. If you wanted, you could also name these using the cell naming here. Anyways, we don't need to do that though. Okay, I'll just copy this formula so you can see it later too by just commenting it out with a little apostrophe. Let's just make it a slightly different color. Okay. So now we're going to go use goal-seek. We get to it under the Data tab, What If Analysis, and goal-seek. Okay, so set cell. This is the cell, that's that P, this one we just made, this guy. And it needs to have the formula in it, just like we did. Set that cell equal to the 30%. So in our case, 0.3. By changing x2. So click on this cell, which is in B12. And then click OK. There we go. And OK. Oh, and I'm sorry, it's displayed as a percentage. That looks really weird. Let's switch that back to a number. There we go. So 37.5 is our required x2 value. So this guy right here needs to be 37.5. And that makes sense as well. That's also a number between 30 and 55, and it's on the lower end here. That all checks out. Okay, so that's how to use GoalSeek to solve one of these continuous uniform problems where you want to solve for the x value. Thanks for watching.